everyone, and welcome to Corasp the podcast. My name is April.
I'm Honey.
Sarama.
Desiree.
Jamie.
And we want you to welcome you on a Thursday. So today's topic is going to be tipping. I have to talk about this because, again, we are in the service industry, and it's apparent to me that people don't understand that you're supposed to not tip your stylist or tip people in the service industry. So I'm going to open the floor. I know this person who makes a lot of money, and she told me that she assumed that when she goes to a salon or a barbershop, the price is the price, which means she thought it included the tip. And I told her, no, it does not include the tip. That's just the price of the service. And then she went on and she talked about, then back up. I asked her, I said, so do you go to a restaurant? Do you tip the waitress, the waiter? She goes, yeah, I tip them. I said, okay. She said, but that's the restaurant who owns it. So yeah, you're supposed to tip them. I said, but what about your barber? What about your nail person? What about your massage? She goes, no. I just go in, whatever the price they told me, I pay. She said, if you tell me what the price is with the tip, I pay. I said, that doesn't work that way. That's like saying you get $100 service, so you think I should tip, so I should just add $75 to your service to make it $175? Exactly. And she goes, well, if I pay it, if I don't like it, I'm not coming back. I said, but that's not the point. The point is, it is customary to do 25% at least, bare minimum for the tip. You know, it's a service.
Yeah.
So I want to open the floor to everyone and tell me, what do you think when you hear this, and why do you think people are not educated on not to tip and tip?
I'm a tipper. I believe in tipping for my service. I also believe in deducting your tip out of the service. Mm-hmm. I will snatch my money back quick if you get to showing out. You will get left. I've left $1 before, and I will leave a note. However, I don't even do a percentage. I just come up with a round up number that I don't want to see on my debit card. I don't want to see the change. So I just round it all the way up just to an even number regardless. And if you go above and beyond, your tip is above and beyond. And I just think it's like the respectful right thing to do when you're receiving a service. Yeah. Now, there are people in the service industry that don't get tipped, but that's because the cost of the type of service that you're receiving. As to why you're not getting a tip for it is like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing nothing really extra. Right. I'm here for this, and this is exactly what you're doing. Versus, I feel like, kind of like with our industry, you push to go above and beyond for someone, and make them feel a whole different type of way, and make them look, and it's like,
so what
let me get a $5.
What industry do you feel like no?
Like when I go get my car serviced, or maybe at my dental office, my doctor's office. Like, y'all getting buku money for this service. My insurance is paying you guys very well. So I don't feel like, no, I need to go in my pocket, because guess what? My tip that I'm going to give you is nothing compared to that service that you're getting paid, actually. Right. So I just feel like, when we're in, I think like the beauty industry, the food industry, a lot of times people are underpaid, so I think the tip kind of steps in, and it helps a lot, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you, Sarama? What do you feel about tipping?
Well, I tip, but to me it's kind of I look at it more like my income. So I'm always going to tip, but depending on how generous I'm going to be, it's based on what I bring in. I'm not going to give somebody something I don't have. So, I mean, I do respectfully believe that everybody should get a tip, because sometimes I'll tip even when I go to go. I'll leave them $1 or $2 just because I'm picking up the food. One of my coworkers told me that's the polite thing to do. So I started, plus with COVID, I think I felt a little bit different about people in the service industry, a little bit more. I'm more willing to make sure that I go the extra mile, because I know a lot of people are struggling. And, so I just think it's important that you give something. I was gonna ask you, I don't tip like the moving man, like when the guy comes to bring furniture to the house. I don't tip that person. Tip that person.
I did.
You're supposed to tip them.
I did. I tipped them.
Ooh,
you got my furniture.
Definitely, they're tippers. I normally buy them food. I buy them water.
I give them beer.
Give them a tip.
I've given water out before, because they come in sweating profusely. So I've given water, but I don't necessarily think I've given them. I don't tip, like you said, when I go get my car service. I don't tip that. But for the most part, I do think it's tipping. But now, here's a question to you ladies. How do you feel when you work really hard on somebody's hair and they don't tip you, and then it's somebody like that like a regular, somebody who comes to you all the time? Like, how do you feel about that?
Honey, I'm gonna let you answer that first. How do you feel? Did you ever had a person who comes to you continuously, or even if that and they didn't tip you? What's your response to that?
I mean, it is what it is, you know. If they don't want to tip, it's fine, but I'm not gonna change the service that
Right.
I'm giving to them.
Yeah,
They will come
right.
next time. I'll do the same thing. I'll give them,
That's right.
a good service as as much as I can. I'm not gonna give them bad things or whatever, because whatever they believe in, it's their choice not to tip.
Mhm.
But I don't agree. Not tipping. I don't think it's a good culture, because I think if someone gives you a service based on the service that you get, everybody should tip. I personally tip. If you give me poor service, I'll make sure to leave 15%. Even
Right.
if you give me poor service, if the service is good, I will make sure to tip 20% and above.
Mhm.
So tip is I think it's a must.
What about now? I'm gonna ask this question. I have to ask Desiree because I'm gonna let her do, because I do have a question about culture. That's a good one. How the different countries don't tip. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. So how do you feel about if someone came to you all the time and they give you a tip, you gave them a great service, or you haven't seen them all the time and they still in tip,
So,
and they talk about buying these Jordans and
oh
then
yeah,
that
so
handbag.
that's when I have an issue, right? Because that's what I was thinking of when Honey was saying. When she was saying, like, I don't have an issue when somebody doesn't tip, because I don't necessarily know your situation. But if I know you out here balling and you telling me that you balling, you can't even tip me $1 or $2.
Right.
I got an issue with that. But I'm still deliver my service like I should, because I don't think you should ever justify anybody else's actions, or try to justify your actions or anybody else's actions. But yeah, no, I don't like that.
I like that. That's a great answer too. What about you, Jamie?
I feel like when it's a regular guest, and when I say regular, I'm talking about you snapping in here every week. That's my regular to me. Is you snapping all the time. I feel like you coming to me is a tip. I have no problem with that.
That's
that
real.
you're on that type
Yep.
of schedule.
Yep.
So those
Yeah.
don't bother me. But when you come in here every 2-3 weeks, once a month, or every now and then, it's like $5 ain't gonna hurt you. Especially some of these people will come in here and ask for double dutching on the
Right.
service.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, oh, well, I see a little crinkly piece, right? Just it's that 2 little strands, right? Okay, I'm over here fixing these 2 strands. I'm fixing this, and this, and you walk straight out of that door, and it's like, I go above and beyond for all my guests. However, something, come on now, is better than nothing. Even if you ain't got an extra
Right.
$20, $5, $2,
Right.
something. Acknowledge the fact
That's
that lets
right.
me know
Right.
that you received a good service. I don't have a lot of money,
Right.
but I got a good service. Here's $1,
Absolutely.
$1.50. That's all. That's how I
That's
see it.
right.
I don't care about the amount. It's something. It's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to answer this question. So, when I first started in the industry and I started to learn, I'm going to just talk about hair school, because I think this is the biggest thing I experienced, because you work like a crazy mad woman and a man if you are a hairstylist as well. First of all, I'm paying all this money to go to school to do free services.
Yeah.
And they're so heavily discounting. I'll give you an example. I remember it so vividly. Like, she wanted all over highlights. She had gray hair, and then she wanted to turn around and get it styled, and her hair was past her booty.
That
Okay,
take forever.
took forever, and I
Oh,
remember it. I had to get 2 additional stylists to help me, because again, you're in hair school and you have time. So then we do clothes, and I was going to night school because I had a full-time job, and we did all that service. I think she only paid at that time $85, and this is a Palmetto school, so let me throw it out there. $85, and she tipped not a damn thing.
No, nothing. Yeah, that they do that
Yo.
in hair school. Yeah, definitely.
I was
they do
so
that in hair school.
so hurt. I was like, oh my God. And then she had a nerve to request me back. I told a lie. I said,
No.
"Here's your word."
Yeah.
Yo, I swear.
Some people go to hair goes get their hair done at the hair school because it's affordable. Because I
That's
had
what
my
it
cousins
is.
and my aunts used to tell me, oh yeah, we go get our hair relaxed at the hair school because it's cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap people already going there because it's already
Exactly.
affordable. So that's why they're not even thinking of the fact that you don't really work. You're not. Maybe you're
And
not
that's
working.
what it
Maybe
is,
you're only
how
going
do
to
you
school. You're not
work?
getting income. But I think it's more the people who are coming to that to get that service are really coming because of the affordability.
She had,
part.
that's what I'm gonna get to. Girl had a 7 Series BMW, brand new. She was talking about her boyfriend. She was like get married. She had this. At the time, I didn't know what Louis Vuitton was. So when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's really nice. Oh yeah, I paid this. I mean, and then I know she was boasting about her lifestyle, but it just kind of hurt me because I'm thinking like, I'm a struggling hairstylist.
Not getting paid.
Not
for
getting
none of
paid,
this.
and I'm paying the school.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't get nothing out of it. You couldn't even give me $1, like 50 cents. I can get a can sold out the machine.
Yeah,
Yo.
you know, I used to use that money that I used to hope to use that money that they tipped me
Yeah.
for lunch money.
Right.
And if they, because, you know, it was like a full-time job. And at one point I had tried to have a job on top of going to hair school, and it just stressed me out so much that I didn't have a job. So if I got tipped that day, that morning, then I had lunch.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
if I did not
Right.
get tipped, which was 95% of the time,
You're starving.
then I mean, I had a little to work with, but
Right.
So they don't really know the, you know,
They
what
know.
they're doing.
They know.
I used to get
That's
good
why they
tip.
there.
Really?
I used to
When I
get
was in
good
the
tips.
school?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What
Very
school
good
you go
tip.
to?
The video over there.
It's like
Right,
everybody
right?
tips.
The video over there? Yeah.
The one down here.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I used to have ladies tip
It
me
wasn't a
food.
bad tip. It was a good tip.
I know.
Oh, no,
we used to-
ma'am.
we
I'm
used to tip
not
us-
lying.
They tip
And we
food
spend
for
it on
sure.
whole food.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. See?
The home cooked
See?
food, not bringing me food.
Oh, I don't want no home cooked.
This
food.
like-
First of all,
That's when I first discovered. I'm gonna tell you, I first discovered homemade red beans and rice, and now I have
Oh,
like
she
a
was
sick
Spanish.
obsession because this lady was bringing me food every time she brought her daughter, and I was eating that food because it was
Right.
always good.
Right.
But that was my tip. Was food, and it was not like a little bit of food. No,
Right.
it's like this woman cooked for me,
oh, wow.
and that was my tip, and I appreciate that.
See, I appreciate
you know-
that too. But don't bring that now coronavirus. I'm telling you that right now. I'm throwing it in the
Yeah.
garbage.
I don't want it now.
Listen.
But I actually was just speaking with another stylist about tipping people that don't tip.
Mhm.
And like I told her, I'm going to tell you now that it's time to raise your prices. I said, because you're complaining about multiple guests not tipping you. I said, and you're saying, well, I only charge them this. And I threw this in too. And I do this for them. I said, let me go and tell you
You can't
now.
do that.
I said, let me go and tell you now. Nip that in the bud. And
Right.
if they don't like that you're charging them now for all that little stuff you was throwing in, and they still not,
You
no,
gotta
I said it's
filter
time
your
to
ass
divorce
out.
them.
Yeah.
I said it's time. I said
And
that
you-
relationship is over.
Yeah.
It's like you won't even tip me, but yet,
Right.
you know, I'm throwing this in and I throw that in for you, but you're standing here waiting on $5 and change.
Well, she has to learn she's in that poverty mentality. You can't give something if it's not genuine. Like, if you give something to somebody, you're doing it genuinely out your heart. I'm not genuinely going to give it to you because I want a tip. I'm doing this because I know you need it. And in my head, I'm like, I can't let you walk up because I know I'm about to take a picture. So I'm going to give it to you. Either one or two things need to change. She has to have the mentality like, listen, I'm going to give you this service. In the future, it's going to cost XYZ dollars so that you know next time. Because she's going to see a difference when she comes back when she don't get that service anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm going to tell you how I know people know as well, because my guest that just left here, how old is she? 15?
Yes.
She tipped me.
Right.
You know, on top of a trim. It's like,
Right.
it's kind of, you
Right.
know about tipping.
Right.
However, I feel some people are very selfish.
Oh, yes.
Is what the problem
Yes.
is. They just genuinely don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, thank you for the service. My hair looks amazing, but you're getting that and that only.
Right.
And
Some people
I
think
feel-
that it's because of what they paid. Like you said, what they paid in the price is what they get. They don't think that they don't think about you as the service provider. Like, they don't know you're not the business owner. Not necessarily. That doesn't mean that you get paid every dollar that she just gave you. That goes to the business. But a lot
Right.
of people just think, well, if I paid $300 for my hair, that's all I'm giving. They're not thinking about the value of the service to the $300.
They don't
Right.
realize
Right.
the work that goes in
Correct.
It's a lot.
to being able to do this.
Yeah.
Like, that comes with it, between the product and
Right.
just the
And
wear
these
and tear.
shears, these
Right.
expensive little
Yeah.
shears.
Shears.
Y'all gotta cut your hair.
Oh, let's talk about your hands. You know we eat with these hands that we're washing your hair with.
yeah,
my
Like, think about
God.
that.
And I don't know about y'all, but my hands, like, I'm at least 52.
That's
Like,
why we're nails.
at least, This is 52-year-old hands. This is
Right.
not 36.
It's the water.
Right.
Yeah,
I have to put
it's
lotion
eating
on
my
multiple
hands up. Like,
times a day.
I looked at them, I was like, that wasn't this wrinkle. So I'm about to start taking like progression pictures
Right.
of my
Oh,
hands because
wow.
I want to see how fast they're aging. Because my hands
wow.
didn't look like this last year because I had a couple years
Right.
off. And I
Wow.
looked at them and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's bad. Something needs to go on here.
So talk about tipping. I'm gonna go to Honey first, and then I'm gonna go to Jamie because both of them leave the country. So Honey, when you go to other countries, do you see places that they don't tip, and why? Or do you still tip, and why?
Another country, let's say back home, we do tip.
That's
We
good.
tip. It's not a percentage, There's
Right.
not a specific percentage, but we do tip. I believe like 5 years ago or so, they changed the system and they said everybody required to pay 15% tip, especially for the big
Oh, wow.
hotels and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
but well, at least as far as I know, that tip goes to the
Hotel and stuff.
yeah,
Yes.
but they don't give it to
Right.
the. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They're not.
That ain't no tip.
That's not tip.
No,
so
they-
everybody is like saying, especially when they know that you're from, you're
Right.
diaspora, whatever, they expect tip, additional tip on the top of that 15% tip that they charge you.
Oh
with it.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right. So I'm like,
Wow.
why am I giving extra tip if the tip is already
Right.
included? And they said it is included, but it doesn't go to the person who gave you the service. Yeah, that's crazy, right? They do that.
I believe it.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I believe it too. So I
Right.
started,
Giving them extra.
giving extra tip.
I'm gonna talk about that when I'm in Miami because I did hear that too. What
Yeah.
about you? Now I know you said you went to Japan and you cannot tip.
You
Tell us a little about that.
cannot tip in Japan. Them little ladies will run you down to
give you
chase
back?
you to give that
Mhm.
money back. I'm talking about some chase you
Yes.
out that door.
And why is that? Why? What is that?
So they believe that they pay their employees to do a
Mhm.
job. And you are there, we're already paying you good to do this job.
Right.
That is what you're supposed to do. And that is that. Now when you go on that base, rules change and you kind of got to remember it. And there's not a lot of restaurants on the base. So Chili's is like the main restaurant that everybody goes to over there. So they want their tips at Chili's. But you get so accustomed to not tipping. Like even when we got back here,
Forget.
it was like, oh shoot, did we tip?
Right.
Because
Right.
we're so used to not tipping no more. And it's like, we forgetting sometimes. But I'm very adamant about making sure we tip people. But after being over there, no, you kind of forget about it. Your bill is just that flat bill leaving out the door regardless of what you're doing. So I think with the U.S. they can't do that. I don't know. How does the restaurant world work here?
So they get paid under minimum wage.
Oh yeah.
Some places get paid $2, $1. Some of them got 5 or 6,
Okay.
and they still getting taxed on top of it. And then when they finally get tipped, they get taxed on top of the tips.
On
That's
top
why I
of
give them
it.
cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
is.
that's still taxation.
Taxing the
They
tip.
get
is
taxed the
taxing
tip.
taxes.
No,
Wow.
exactly.
I got a question for you guys because me and my husband were talking about this one day. Now when you write at the end of your ticket, you write in the tip and you add it. Do you guys ever see that money come out?
Oh, mine's get adjusted.
I've never seen the money adjusted. Like it's always just that amount. So
Oh, because before, okay, so that's a till. So they could close that out before the end of the night. A batch report comes out. So it was going to be just before you see it.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, where is that money that
Yeah,
I added?
yeah.
I never see it come
Right.
right off. And I was like, maybe they do it later on in the
Yeah,
night
they
or
do.
something.
Restaurant has a different POS system, so the minute they take it, when they close, they have to batch out, and the batch out will give you the real number that comes in your card.
Gotcha.
So that's what comes out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere. Like
Yeah, it is
in the
everywhere.
store.
Yeah, stores, hotels.
We have
Pretty
to
much-
close out in order to get the
Yeah.
mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what really impressed me here was I ended up hearing bad things about Publix later on, more so recently.
I
But
sure did too. I didn't know a lot of things.
yeah,
Publix?
yeah, I
Oh,
went
yeah.
to Publix. But what impressed me, like this dude was going up my bagger. Oh, he was going above and beyond. I was like, are you sure we in Jacksonville?
Right.
Because they ain't got no good customer service around here. So I'm like, dude, where's your tip jar? Like I
They
gotta
can't
put
take
some money
it.
Oh, no,
in
they
there.
can't.
They're not
That
supposed
dude,
to.
no, they will not take no money from you.
They
He's
get
like,
fired.
At
He said,
certain
this is our
places,
job.
Yeah, certain places they will not allow you to take tips.
They would get fired.
I remember when I worked at Taco, but that was my first job. They would not let us take a tip.
They didn't have the little clear thing in the front.
Girl, no, they would not.
Really?
We could get fired for it. Seriously.
Wow.
You can take no tip at Taco Bell.
I know one place you better not tip. That's Chick-fil-A, and I love that service. But anyway.
and now the places that know that they give you that great service,
Right.
they feel like that's their job. They're not going to take your tip. Like
Right.
Five Guys or whatever, they know they give you that great service. I mean, they have the little tip jar for everybody to share, but you're not like you're not getting tipped individually or anything like that.
Right.
No. Like.
Oh wow.
They don't accept your tips.
I think the assumption is that Publix and Chick-fil-A pay their people better than minimum wage. I don't know exactly what they pay, but that's probably part of it, right? They say
They start them over
$15
an hour.
We pay you well.
For the kids. For the kids.
That's really
At
good.
Chick-fil-A, they
And
pay
you
$10
have
an
stock
hour.
in the company. And they got good stock.
But think about it like this, right? So maybe some of them think of it in a way like it's a perception, right? So they don't want it to come across like we're beggars. You know, they want to have that, not to say, it's fast food, but, if somebody's always kind of like hovering you as you, or walking with you, like they're looking for a tip, young people, so it kind of lessens the brand. So that's why, Chick-fil-A, like she said, when you go because they're smiling, they're always happy, they don't beg you, they don't do anything for you.
And what is the word they say when they don't say thank you? My pleasure.
My pleasure, yeah.
So,
Yeah, they train them very well.
But what it is, I'm happy to do this for you. You ain't got to do nothing for me. Period.
It's a good job.
This is what I'm supposed
But
to
do
do.
you know that there's no Chick-fil-A's in the hood?
No,
That's
not.
true.
They don't,
That's
and
true.
the type of people that they hire, you never really see.
It is.
But now
I
that
got
I noticed.
But no, I get an app. I get free stuff.
Yeah, in California, they're in North County, and they're down in East Lake, like where it's nice and big.
Correct. I think they select where they're gonna be.
Yeah, they're very particular about where they can be located, which is crazy. But hey, it's working for them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
It really is. They stay packed.
So let's get back to Publix because I'm just curious, like what Publix do?
I'm trying to figure out.
Because I always get great service in Publix over here in San Jose. I mean, they want to walk me. They want to. And when I come from New York, nobody helps you do nothing in the grocery store. So when I moved down, that was a culture shock. What do you mean you want to walk my bag?
Like walk your.
Take it to the car. I don't need no
Publix has
help.
great service. The ones I go to.
They do.
And they always ask me, like, you can't walk around. Do you need help? Have you find anything? Can we help you do something? I mean, so I just was curious because I've never really had a bad experience in Publix. So I was just curious, like, if it was something I'm missing. Do I need to be boycotting Publix?
They're just low key doing crazy political stuff. That's
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
Just like
Jacksonville, Florida, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They on the hush with it, and they sneaky.
Yeah.
But they are a great company. Like Publix is a really good company. Now that damn Winn-Dixie.
I don't shop there.
I don't shop there. I ain't gonna lie. I do not shop there.
To walk into a Winn-Dixie.
Yes.
Something about
The
that place.
vibe.
The name, it just sounds. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie, go figure it out. Go read the
Winn-Dixie
history
is like
books.
the Piggly Wiggly of that.
Well, the lighting in this poor. It's like going into Walmart.
That's
Walmart
And it
versus
always
Target,
smells.
it's a different feel,
It's
right?
like
You go
rotten
into
meat.
Walmart,
And it's never
something
clean.
about the lighting.
I don't
Target
like
seems
Walmart
bright
either.
and vibrant. You feel happy when you go into Target.
Girl, don't bring up
Don't touch
Walmart. Yeah, Walmart.
I know you. I don't do.
I don't do
Walmart.
Walmart because the people at
Y'all
Walmart
need to
scare
stop
me.
hating on Wild Ground.
I've been back at
It has
Walmart. I've been
everything
back.
you need. Everything.
What,
They
Walmart?
do, but
Yeah, until
the
somebody
customers.
My thing, that's right. One
or
time,
not customers.
when
but
I was a
employees.
single woman, one time I went in there by myself, and this guy like really was like stalking me in there, and I was like, you know what? I can't be coming here in the dark like that by myself because this is some weirdos. To me, it was like he was like aggressively like trying to take me on a date. I just met you. Who are you?
Yeah.
So my thing about it is, like I said, I feel safer when I go to a
They got
Target.
Yeah.
creepers with money at Target.
Really? You shop here up the street? Because I go to this one all the time.
I've never been. I
Oh,
don't shop
sorry.
at Target, but I have heard stories of people
Really?
being followed at Target. Yeah, I see videos of somebody like low key taking a video of this dude following them in a Target.
Oh no.
Please follow me, because you will get served. I swear, I promise you, I am ready.
Now that little homeless man was about to get it that night.
Woo!
They was saying, "You come right, he come right here, he gonna get shot."
Let me tell you, I don't
Lock
play.
this door.
I am all about safety. I protect anybody. I do not play. I might look crazy. I might look cute and pretty, but I'm crazy. I will.
Yeah, it was hilarious that night. We locked this door. When I left that night, I got to looking around too because I was thinking about how I was gonna whoop ass. That man come bother me because he kept walking around out here.
It looked like he was going to do taxes because I watched him. I went outside. I just observed him. And you know what I did on purpose? I took one of these things that were broken and I just stood beside him to see what he was going to do. He didn't do nothing. Because I just want to let him know so he feels my vibe. I dare you to do anything.
Exactly.
You will not live today.
Let me tell you, you guys keep on saying my trigger words. You just said taxes. And y'all don't even want to know about it. Jackson Hewitt's living in their last days.
Oh, listen.
I dropped my taxes off last Wednesday. Today is Thursday. And I think he thinks because I wanted him to file them without me there, and I said there's no rush.
Well,
You're just going to take your time. But my whole theory, and I tell every tax person that's going to file my taxes, when you get money back, you don't wait till April to file your taxes. You do them right away.
Right.
Therefore, if they were accepting taxes on Friday, I like my taxes done last Friday.
Right.
This man ain't did my taxes. I had to call him yesterday. I said, hey,
He chilling.
what's going on? I said, I sent you all the deductions. He said, I'm going to give you a call tonight before 7. Before I wrap everything up, I'll give you the final numbers. I'm driving here today. I'm like,
Nothing.
I still ain't heard from this damn tax man. So I've concluded. He got till tomorrow morning because they close tonight. So I'm going to give you tonight.
Right.
And I'm going to give you tomorrow when you open 11 o'clock. What you don't know, I don't care if you do take your time and file them. Oh, buddy, I ain't paying you. I am not. And I need you to know, I had an appointment.
Right.
I can see if I just dropped them off and dropped in. No, I had a set time, day, and everything to be there, and I was there. Therefore, you're not getting paid.
And he's not
I
overwhelmed
will
yet.
go home.
Because people usually come overwhelmed. It's usually right 2 weeks, and it's like clockwork.
Exactly.
They're out
Like,
here waiting.
say, hey, Miss Grace, I ain't done yet. That's all you got to say.
Oh, you want me to go over
send me a
there?
text.
I'm going to see that man.
So you need to
That's
check
who I
him
am.
because you know what, he's figuring he already got you started. He already got the money from you, so now he moved it on somebody else.
No, my brother. Because what you don't know is I will go to H&R Block
Right.
and have them file it and sign everything, and you won't be able to even submit those. So you need my electronic signature before you even send it out.
That's true. That's true.
So you
But
need
you
to
haven't
be
even
doing your
signed it
job. I haven't did anything. I don't know nothing that's going on. You got my
So
social
what happened
security
to
number and everything.
Yeah, what happened to
Oh, the lady. See, I kicked the lady to the curb. I might should have stuck with the lady. See, Madeline put something in my mind. I was like, I don't know, babe. I don't know. This lady got my social, and I'm like,
Listen, you said
No.
protected. Well, I will definitely tell anybody and everyone because of fraud I had on my account to definitely pay that protection. It's worth it. So no one can pull yourself. Even if they pull your credit report, it will have a notification and a number, so they can't do it because people are scammers these days.
oh, they are, and quick. I'm talking about quick. Them gas stations, like
I saw that.
I don't do cheap gas for one. Like I like 76. I like Shell. I like Mobil. I only stop at big name places
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah,
guess what?
Mobil.
They stole.
Oh, where I live at, they have mobile.
Yeah, by my house I got a Mobil.
Yeah.
They stole
BP.
my information from a gas pump.
With a mobile?
Oh, this one right
And
here.
like a bootleg gas station.
To the right before you
But
go
you
to
have the card now where
to
you
the
just
right,
tap
it's
it?
mobile.
No, I had to stick the card. I had to stick my card in there, and so I'm at home. I'm knocked out, and Chase called me one day, and they're
No, you
like,
should get the tap. They got the tap to change
No,
cars.
racetrack don't work.
I don't go racetrack. I only go to gate. Or
"See, none of my
Walmart,
cards
that's it.
tap."
Oh wow.
Yeah, my Chase card don't tap. I need an updated card. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
They'll give it to you. Maybe debit card. Use debit.
Yeah.
See what I learned? I don't use my debit card for nothing no more because it ties up your real money. I pay everything on credit card and I pay it.
Because
all.
it's easy to charge back.
Yes, because when your money gets tied up, you'll get it back, but they gotta freeze everything and figure it out. So it happened to me like a couple years ago. I was traveling to Miami, and somebody tried to steal my identity at the airport, and it was Christmas time. And I found out it wasn't nothing big deal. It was like a Starbucks. It was like it was some extra fee in the airport, but I didn't use it, so that was the point. So I said, "We'll close the account out." Then they were like, "Well, ma'am, if we close your account, well, you won't get your card for like 10 days." I was like, "But it's Christmas time. I can't even go to the bank to pull out money from the ATM. Then the bank closes at 2 o'clock. I got work." I'm like, "No, you need to expedite this now." So after that, I just use my credit card now.
Wow.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the subject. Again, my name is April, and you can follow me on Instagram, April Addo.
My name is Hani, styled by Hani.
Sarama.
Desiree, that's _ Desiree MUA.
And I'm Jamie the Stylist. JAMEE the Stylist.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, have a great night.